Ovako, ljudi, treba nam neki intro za film.
Pa snimi voice over.
Šta?
Pa neka krene snimka sa nekim titlesima, ono kao try theater production i to, a dok se to vrti neka bude neki glas da netko priča.
Kakav je film, by the way?
Pa nije loš, samo nam audio u nekim trenucima šteka.
A bože moj, nisu svi za sve.
A neki nisu za niš.
Bar imamo film, ono. Bolje nego da opet nismo glumili zbog pandemije.
Welcome back to that TV show about culture that truly cultured people never watch. Culture with Bobby. We continue with today's topic, the theater. What is it? Why is it so boring? And does it still offer anything of value? With us, an author, a director, and a Phoenix. The author.
The director.
Phoenix.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
The pleasure is all yours, Rebecca. Also, I would like to say good morning to the good people watching us at home.
Spoken like a true professional. Now, it is in my understanding that you are preparing a play. Is that right?
That is right. I am the author and therefore the supreme authority on the subject.
And I am one of the main characters. I play a very important part in Theresa's, the emotional and intellectual evolution of Tessa. I'm sort of a catalyst for her inner demons, if you will.
I most certainly will. And so do all audience watching us at home.
Back to you, Roberta. I love being on TV. It makes me feel smart and handsome.
Staging a play is no laughing matter, even if it's a comedy. You see, Bobby, may I call you Bobby?
Oh, you have to! That is how we show our audience that the two of us are good friends.
Well, Bobby, there's a very thin line between staging something pretentious and staging something significant. Personally, I take much inspiration from the works of John Appleby, Ray Dolby, and Georgi Pacheco even. And naturally, no one can negate the impact that Shanpei Yamazaki has on the contemporary theatrical practice.
Naturally.
Goes without saying.
So that's really.
But what is always the focus is the audience, changing their minds, changing their lives, allowing them to experience a different type of freedom.
Now, the director. You know quite well we famous people are not allowed to smoke in public anymore.
Alcoholism, on the other hand, is still widely recognized as being cool.
The author. How's it working together for the two of you?
We don't always get along, the director and I. All partnerships have their differences and their misunderstandings, but everything can be worked out.
As long as it can all be covered under the facade of pure intellectualism, nothing is ever really too much.
I see. Our next question is for Phoenix, one of the actors in your coming play.
Excuse me, I am not an actor. I am a character in this play.
A character? Aware of being a character? There's preposterous!
That is brilliant.
That was my idea.
Yes, I have been working with many brilliant characters in my career, and I am very proud to be here.
Theresa could make it.
And Adam is not defined enough as a character to be interesting.
But Phoenix here speaks French.
And has a way to learn.
Did you know it's a bird comes back from the dead? Much like my acting career. It's also city in Arizona.
My oh my! We seem to have a real treat on our hands. What can we expect the play to be staged and attract almost no audience?
Yeah, I'm the background guy. It's difficult to capture quality background with just one camera, so they had me shuffle between Roberta and her guests. But overall, I think I do a pretty good job, yeah. It certainly helps that I'm skinny, makes my hand less visible.
Hey, background guy, come carry your shit.
Yeah, I'm coming. Sorry, I gotta go, but thank you for this interview, yeah. I rarely get a chance to say something.
Hey, hello, hi. Just the person I was looking for. So, what is it about audiences that makes them so interested in hearing a story? Is it boredom? Is it to escape from everyday life? Is everyday life so bad that it needs to be escaped from? Maybe it's not at all about life being bad, but about life being ordinary. And there comes a point where anyone realizes just how ordinary the extraordinary is. The ordinary, extraordinary. Sounds pretentious, I know. But then again, most wise phrases do. It helps that it's a play on words. You see, people tend to like those. It makes them easier to understand and to quote in public, where everyone can agree with you and feel just a little bit smarter than before the phrase was said. That's the office. But, unfortunately, I cannot let you in there because cameras hinder the creative process. Bye now. The director.
The author. You know, your voice sounds so annoying when you're trying to sound smart in front of cameras.
What do you mean? Yes, well, it's how I convey my art to the masses.
Well, Mrs. Artist, check out this bad boy. This is how we're going to set the play. We start off in the dark, silence. The audience does not yet know what's going to happen. The light turns on. Tessa and Phoenix standing on opposite sides of the stage. They start walking towards each other, slowly, very, very slowly, almost imperceptibly.
You know, to be completely honest, I don't really dig this meta-theatrical thing.
What do you mean?
I mean, nobody walks slowly like that in real life.
But it'll build tension. This way, nobody knows what's going to happen when they finally meet in the middle.
Sure, but I did not write it like that.
You did not write it at all. This is not a piece of text anymore. It's going to become life with the capital L.
I don't get it.
Shh. When they finally do meet in the middle, they're just going to carry on walking without skipping a beat.
Why?
Because they won't have met yet. Do you just stop and greet everyone you pass by on the street?
Okay, whatever. What about the T's?
Well, Titi, Toto, and Tutu are voices inside Tessa's head. But we can't just have voices in theater. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't?
No. They're going to be played by 3 different actresses, dressed similarly, but they're going to have slightly different styles to convey their personalities.
Okay. And what about the bank manager, Dante?
Well, her bourgeois attitude will come to life in a couple of key scenes. Class criticism, I say, is what every play needs.
Especially in the 21st century.
Especially in the 21st century. What is that?
What? I don't know.
son of
A bitch? No, I think that's a bit too harsh. Tessa has certainly changed since we first met. But it's not like I have stayed completely the same. Anyways, today's the big day when she notices her nose. Have you read Pirandello? His characters go through similar realizations about themselves and others. You should look it up. It's pretty good writing. If you'll excuse me. Tessa?
There is something weird about my reflection today.
What?
My reflection. Something's not right.
Are you talking about your nose?
I was thinking more in terms of my hair. What about my nose?
It's a bit to the side. Instead of going, straight, it's slightly to the right.
What are you talking about?
Here.
You're out of your mind. I'll be dead. It does lean to the right.
If I were her, I'd rather worry about that hideous outfit she's wearing.
It's kind of hard to miss now that you pointed it out.
It's not that big of a deal. Your nose is always leaning to the right. Are you meeting Dante later today?
Not sure. She's still fighting me about the estate.
Do you think she'll budge?
Well, she usually comes around in the end.
And then it doesn't even matter. Linkin Park reference.
I was actually thinking of hitting up Ellie.
Ellie, Tessa's best friend since forever. The two were inseparable for most of their lives, but have grown apart in the last couple of years. A shame. Yes, dear, that sounds great. I'll catch you later.
My nose has always leaned to the right.
Yes, this is the bar where Dante usually conducts her meetings. You know how it is in literature famous, all deals are done in bars and restaurants. I don't mind working here. The pay's okay, although some of the clients can definitely get a bit difficult at times, but it's all part of the job.
Bartender! She'll also have a whiskey.
I don't drink Malay.
And make it quick. How have you been?
Do you want an honest answer?
No, I don't really care.
Then why would you ask?
Oh, Ellie, you were always one of the simple ones. Have you gone over my proposal? When I ask a question, I expect an answer. Now, do we have an agreement?
We do, Mrs. Dante, but...
No buts. You are well aware of what is best for yourself. I would suggest you leave all the other concerns behind. She'll get the bill.
Where's the monologue?
It's going on inside her head.
That makes for very entertaining theater.
You got it.
But seriously, what makes you think that people...
Shh! She's starting.
Backstabbing son of a bitch. That's what everyone's gonna know me as. Our friends, my family, all the people that are ever going to know what happened. And what I did, what I'm about to do. is little empathy for the beings that are unknown. And hate is much an easier feeling.
Yikes. As you already know, Ellie is Tessa's best friend.
And Dante is the bougie running her late father's bank. Of course, that's not enough.
You see, Dante liked old Mr. Richards. He was a businessman, a very good one. Built his entire empire from scratch.
And Tessa, on the other hand, is not as business savvy.
And Dante thinks she doesn't deserve Mr. Richards' bank.
Hence the plotting and trying to blackmail Ellie into doing her own bidding.
Poor Ellie Edwards.
That's D1.
He's very important for our next scene.
Who am I? I don't actually have a name, and I don't know how to play the piano. But they call me T1 because I was the first of the T's to get a scene, but my character wasn't developed as much as Titi, Toto, and Tutu. No biggie. It's not like a narrator needs a name. Anyway, while Ellie and Dante were going behind Tessa's back, she goes and meets Phoenix at the bar. This is not Phoenix, this is the bartender. Make sure to pay attention to this.
Can I ask you a question?
Be my guest.
How would you define yourself? I mean, who you really are. How would you define that?
Well, I'd say I'm a decent bartender. I do my job and I go home when we close up. Let me tell you, I never had a client complain.
Yes. But is that everything you are? I mean, being a bartender is your function, and I don't question your ability and what you do. But is it really you?
Listen. I'm a bartender. I do it because it pays the bills. Now, as much as I like talking to you, I have more important business.
I think I pissed the bartender off. Mind if I have a seat next to you?
What did you do?
Asked a question too many, I'm afraid.
Please.
Thanks. The name's Theresa, by the way.
Phoenix. You don't look like Theresa.
No? What do I look like?
You're more of a Tess.
Yeah, that's what my husband calls me.
You're married.
Does that surprise you?
Not at all. It just doesn't happen too often that a married woman joins me for a drink.
Well, I couldn't really stay at the bar, the guy being cranky and all.
And what is the real reason?
I saw you reading a book. Not too many people do that nowadays.
Yeah, I'm stuck on that page, so.
Sorry, can I get you anything before we close?
I'll have what she's having.
I'm fine, thank you.
Also good then.
what do you do? I mean, when you're not reading novels in cafes.
This is gonna be good.
Work at the coal mine.
Get out of here.
What? Am I not gonna be a reader?
No, I didn't mean it like that. You just don't give out that impression.
Yeah, well, you're right. I don't really work at the coal mine. I write book reviews.
Hence the reading in cafes.
Precisely. And what can I help you with? Looking for a fling?
I'm not hitting on you.
You're not?
You're obviously an attractive guy and quite used to women hitting on you. It's the 21st century after all.
Hooray for feminism.
And I will even assume that it doesn't happen to rarely.
True.
Which is why you have by now got used to the idea of playing the role of the confident and attractive guy that gets women's attention.
Who are you exactly? What is your role in life?
Some people hide from someone else, while others look for them under the earth. Some people hide in someone's foreheads, while others look for them in the sky. Some live life looking for others, and while looking for others, they lose themselves.
It doesn't really answer my question.
But it is the truth. I feel I'm just a woman who doesn't know who she is anymore.
You are you. Are you sure you weren't hitting on me?
100% sure.
She was definitely hitting on him.
Good. That's great. Now we'll work on that some more tomorrow. Bartender, you can show off. Phoenix, you can also leave, but don't get too far. And how are you feeling, Theresa?
Confused? Who are you?
Oh, good. That's great acting. You should be more confused. You don't really know who you are anymore.
Aren't I me?
Oh, don't be silly. That doesn't mean anything. Everyone is themselves. Now, go over there, stand at center stage, and think about this encounter with Phoenix. Think about your nose and Ellie and Dante and Adam and how nothing is the way it seems. And once you've done so, things will start to happen to you.
What things?
Good question.
Too much foreshadowing ruins the movie.
Okay, I guess. Crazy. Am I crazy? Well, no crazier than a wild animal goes when he is bitten off a leg or two by a bigger or smarter animal. Only these animals are neither bigger nor smarter. They're a sad bunch, really, going through their lives without a worry in the world, believing that their personal interpretation is correct and only one. And when something changes and stops fitting their normal, their day-to-day survival, well, the easiest thing to do is cry crazy. So, what next? I need to do something that will make them see me as a single person, not as Theresa or Tessa or Tess. Just me.
Maybe it can be done.
Maybe I am going mad.
Just because you're hearing voices you can't see doesn't mean you're going mad.
Yes. Well, I'm not really in the mood for being teased by my conscience.
Oh, Theresa, conscience is such a religious term. I prefer inner voice. Oh, I'm late. No worries, we're just getting tired of pizza.
Oh, thank you, but carbohydrates so late in the day all end up on my hips.
You brought a friend?
Oh, we're not friends, she and I. We just happen to work together.
She and I work together. We just happen not to be friends.
I am definitely going mad.
Oh, stop it. We have work to do.
Yeah? You're pretty far from crazy, if you ask me.
Besides, it's not like anyone needs to know we're talking.
You're pretty far from getting what you want.
And that is... Well, we're not gonna spell the whole thing out for you, are we? Oh, there's three of you.
Three of you have met.
Toto, Titi.
You're late?
Am I?
Nah, just fucking with you. The best part is yet to come.
Theresa here has just had a big inspired monologue about visions and reality and wild animals.
Sounds about right.
She's not wasting any time.
Well,
Oh, cheer up, will ya? You're not the first person going through this. Do you think they all have us here to help them out?
Yeah. Would you rather be among the sad bunch, believing their personal interpretation of reality is the correct and only one?
Yeah. Would you like some pizza?
Oh, this is the last slice.
It was just to make her feel better. Oh, thanks. But I'm not sure that my condition can be much improved by pizza.
Stop being so damn negative. Besides, foreheads are better than one.
I felt that.
Haven't we all?
So, what next? Basically, she has now actually gone crazy.
Yeah. Dancing and feeling the music. Music only she can hear.
What about that Nietzsche quote? The one about music and dancing and insane people.
Let's not get too philosophical.
Yeah. There's no point in wasting time with that. Well, no, she's actually still here.
Remember, it's for her own good and the good of the family.
Don't you think this is a bit harsh?
Ellie, what do you think?
Adam, none of us is happy with this development here, but sometimes some people need to be protected from themselves.
You've both known Tess for ages, and she has never crossed certain lines.
Here's Tessa. Dude, you're bringing me out. Have a seat, Theresa.
Surprise party? How awfully nice of you.
Not quite a surprise party. You see something good in all of us.
Am I in trouble? Oh.
Listen, we're just trying to look out for you.
You are definitely in trouble.
I know. That's good.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
I didn't mean you. Never mind. Just carry on.
Well, and believe me, this is not easy for us. We believe that Dante should take full control over your estate.
Lately, you have been very reckless with the things you say and do. It's irresponsible and, quite frankly, dangerous.
Sounds rational enough. You do you.
Are you sure? We expected you not to be okay with this.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. As long as she keeps doing what I tell her to do. Tasty.
Well, now you've done it.
Great job, Tess.
You're out of your mind.
You keep saying that, Adam, but I don't think you know what that means.
Tess, I'm really sorry.
It's okay, Ellie. It's not about you.
I know, but I still feel bad.
We're taking this to court.
As you can see from my beautiful gown and hat, I am the judge. But rather than being a real judge, I am a symbol, a representation of public opinion. And each time anyone develops an opinion on someone they don't actually know, I get a little stronger. But I digress. As we are speaking right now, Theresa is waiting in my courtroom to stand trial for being crazy. I know, kind of old-fashioned, but also kind of entertaining. Her husband, Dante, her friends, and even the random guy off the street are going to be there to judge her for what she did, and I'll be leading the way.
All right!
That's my cue. Nice talking to you.
Court is now in session. Judge B.O. presiding. Please be seated.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Calling the case of the people versus Theresa Richards. Are the people present?
Here. Here.
Is Theresa Richards, heiress to the Richards dynasty, husband, friend, fool, present?
Aye.
Good. We may begin, people.
Your Honor, I have a request, if I may.
It's not the greatest idea to interrupt the judge.
Mrs. Richards, heiress to the Richards dynasty, wife, friend, fool. It is not the greatest idea to interrupt me before we even begin the proceedings.
Told you.
You have the wrong person.
Is that the route you want to go to? Fine. Bailiff, do you confirm that this here is Theresa Richards, heiress to the Richards dynasty, wife, friend, fool?
I do, Your Honor. This is indeed Theresa Richards.
She's the heiress of the Richards dynasty.
She's my wife.
She's my friend.
She's a fool. I'm none of those things, and I do not recognize the authority of this court.
Well, this is the court of public opinion. You may agree or disagree, like it or hate it, but this court will judge you anyway. Now, have the people prepared their opening remarks?
We have, Your Honor.
Please, if you may.
I shall go first, as Theresa here is, first of all, heiress to the Richards dynasty. I may not know her personally at all, and I've never actually spoken to her, but I still know her quite well. And this distant knowledge is equally, if not more, important in shaping public opinion and personal knowledge. Thank you. I've always known Theresa as her father's daughter. Mr. Richards was a valued and respected member of our community, although we have all at times been envious of his wealth. Theresa here is not a worthy successor of Mr. Richards.
Ooh. Order! Mrs. Richards, have you got anything to say?
Come on, Tess. This is what you're waiting for.
Our time to shine, baby.
No.
Very well. the people may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Adam. I am Tessa's husband. We started dating a long time ago, and for a while I thought I could understand her. She has always been quirky, but I was never worried about her. Until a couple of weeks ago. I don't know where it went wrong, but I just want my Tessa back. Tessa, please come back. I love you.
It's always love and money.
Boo! That's a bit harsh.
Say what you want, but just because I'm in love doesn't mean I'm foolish.
Since Mrs. Richards has nothing to say, the people may continue. Mrs. Edwards.
I would actually like to go last. Dante will take over.
There we go. I am a pillar of society. I have brought wealth to the Richards and helped create hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs in our area. I am smartly dressed and go to fundraising dinners. I donate my time and my money to charity. Thank you. But I do not do all of those things in order to be recognized as the hero that I am. I do them out of respect for the memory of Mr. Richards and to protect his legacy. And his legacy needs plenty of protection from such an obtuse individual as Theresa, who is throwing away everything that her father ever left for her.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
Tess, you might want to say something.
Mrs. Edwards, it is not your place to guide these proceedings. Mrs. Richards, you might want to say something.
I have thought long and hard what the right words to say. But trust me, it's not easy to stand here and look into your faces as I declare my truth.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
No, quite the opposite. My truth, the partial truth. Is that not what public opinions are all about? Very well. I do not have a long, inspired speech, but I do have a couple of things I would like to get off my chest. I was born a daughter to a father and became wife to a husband, friend to a friend. I'm all of those things and none of them. I cannot choose how everybody sees me. I cannot even choose how I see myself. If I asked all of you who Theresa Richards was, well, I'd get as many different answers as there are souls in this courtroom. Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
Well, yeah, but...
Okay then. You accuse me of being insane. All of you together. And that precisely proves my point. And that is what we all need to come along and consider is that reality is but a representation of who we are in this world. There is no such thing as an insane person. And we are all characters in each other's lives, playing different roles, fulfilling different needs.
We are all characters in each other's lives, playing different roles and fulfilling different needs. Good evening, everyone. We are back on stage talking about theater with a couple of the guests you might recognize from some time ago. The actor, the director. Phoenix, you three have almost become regular on this show.
Thank you, Roberta. Also, I would like to say good morning to the good people watching us at home.
Spoken like a true professional. As the audience may recall, I was the one who said good morning to them in our previous encounter.
You know, the more often I appear on TV, the less smart I think it makes me feel. I still feel handsome, though.
Really? It's quite the opposite for me, actually.
Let's not jump the gun. Please behave, you're not the thespians, you.
That's showbiz, Bobby.
I heard your latest idea was a success.
Oh, it was, if I may say so myself.
I was very much liked by the audience, who will surely find you on Instagram once the movie's over.
So, I'm sure audience is wondering, how does the movie end?
Just a brilliant turn of events, Bobby.
I rushed into the courtroom at the last minute to announce that Puigi, my father, was murdered.
Wait, why is your father important?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, and who murdered him?
Why, Dante, of course.
She really is a bastard.
But what is more, Dante pulls out a gun in the courtroom and points it towards Tess.
You see, Bobby, you gotta end shows with a bang. Modern audience is all about the action and adrenaline. They watch too many movies, in my humble opinion.
And then?
I start crying because it really is an emotional moment for me.
More importantly, Dante shoots.
Ellie jumps in front of Tess, saving her life but losing hers.
Just a brilliant turn of events, if I may say so myself. Beautifully written.
And directed.
And performed.
This was Culture with Bobby. See you next week.